Hey guys, just wanted to bring you guys up on what I noticed twice this morning leaving the airport with the Lyft power zones and how these things, I mean, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but I really feel like these power zones are transforming the highways into the new bum lots. And I've read the comments, some of you guys have jokingly said that before, and you're right. But let me explain why some things don't really mesh up well in the video. The first part, well, the dash cam says, I guess I didn't reset the time on it. The dash cam for the first footage says 6:05 a.m. was actually 5:05 or something like that. And the next one says 7, but it was actually like 6 something, 6:03. I had 2 Lyft rides that dropped off for 6 a.m. today. And the second screenshot, I know it says, I think it says 6:23 maybe. Hold on, let me check. I know it says a certain time. The thing is, I didn't know I had that power zone until 6:23, yeah. I didn't know I had that power zone until I turned on my Lyft filter when I was already in the city. I remember as I was dropping, as I was leaving the airport, I checked my map. I was checking my map app to see how the traffic was. So I wasn't really paying attention to Lyft because, and even though the power zone was decent, I'm not hanging on the power zone for $1 power zone. 1. 2, I'm not risking getting stuck in more traffic for a power zone. That's just not how I would ever do it. But as I was driving past, I literally, because I talked to my buddy Bam about this on the phone earlier today. I don't know if I told him, I don't know if I was tired or not. I literally felt like I saw someone walking around on the highway when they were loading up their power zones. There was over 20 cars on the highway loading up power zones. That's just absurd, 1. And this brings me back to what I was saying, how some of you were saying the highways are the new bum lots because of the power zones. Literally they are. Cars 2 and 17 in the footage, if you want to go back and pause them, those 2 cars had their trunks open. And I sincerely doubt they were fixing tires. But car number 11, there was a guy literally standing outside of it. It looked like he was coming back from talking to another driver. One of the reasons I call it the bum lot is because there's a very large community of drivers that literally go there just to hang out, just to socialize. And when I'm saying that the power zones are turning the highways into the bum lot, that's literally what I saw today. I mean, at the bum lots, these guys have the trunks open, they're sitting in there, they're hanging out, they're going around, they're talking to each other, they're bullshitting. That's what I was seeing on the highway today at like 6:02 or 6:03 a.m. The Lyft power zones are literally transforming our highways where you shouldn't be parked for any reason other than emergency into just like a social area for drivers that are trying to load them up. And I think this is hilarious because last time I made this video about this, my group chat blew up and they blamed me for power zones disappearing around the city. Because apparently Lyft saw my videos and they're going to punish the entire Chicago market because of me when they should be putting these things there in the first place. So, yeah, I mean, like, I think it's absolutely hilarious what some drivers are willing to do for an extra $7. I think it's hilarious that they've made themselves comfortable on the highways where they don't belong. And I think it's hilarious that drivers blame me for a lack of power zones 2 weeks later. And I think it's hilarious that Lyft is still putting power zones on the fucking highway. And here's the thing, you know why they're hanging out on the highway? Because highway patrols, Illinois State Police, they don't come around as often. And Illinois State Police is just going to tell them to move it along, right? Maybe if they recognize you, maybe they'll give you a ticket. If that was Rosemont, the suburb around the highway, they're not giving you a warning. They're giving you a ticket. If you're parked somewhere on the street with your hazards on and be like, what are you doing? If you don't give a real reason why you're parked there, you're getting a ticket. So I just think this is ridiculous. Obviously, since I'm stuck on Lyft right now, I'm not a fan of the power zones, 1. And this kind of thing, this is going to lead to some accidents. I'm calling it right now. I hope it doesn't happen. It's going to happen. Okay. And it's going to be just like the bum lots, where drivers are going to start cutting each other off and getting into fist fights over there. This is going to get worse before it gets better. And you heard it here first. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for this one. I want to thank y'all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.